OpenAI's flagship model, GPT-5.6 Sol, is generating 750 tokens per second. At that speed, you can output a full-length novel in under 2 minutes. Yet the lab with the largest computing fleet on Earth reached this speed using exactly 0 of its own GPUs. OpenAI bypassed its own hardware completely. They partnered with a rival chip maker, Cerebras, to host the model and offer this speed as a rented service. Serving speed no longer belongs to the model's code. It is now a property of the physical silicon the weights sit on. Historically, AI builders have faced a strict trade-off. As models scale up in parameter size and intelligence, their response times inevitably slow down. Traditional GPU architectures separate the processor from memory storage via a narrow pathway, known as memory bandwidth. To generate a single word, massive data bundles travel back and forth across this gap. The processor sits idle, waiting for data. The bottleneck in AI inference is the physical time required for data to travel this fragmented commute, rather than the speed of computation itself. Traditional graphics processing units are limited by this physical design. You cannot force high-velocity inference through a pipe that narrow. Cerebras took a different path. Instead of trying to speed up the commute, they designed a system to eliminate the commute. Rather than slicing a standard silicon wafer into dozens of individual chips, Cerebras builds its processor using the entire uncut wafer as a single unit. This schematic of the wafer-scale chip shows 44 gigabytes of ultra-fast memory integrated directly alongside the processing cores. Because this footprint is so large, the model's weights lock into place, and data flows uninterrupted through the layers without leaving the silicon. By stripping physical distance out of the hardware, Cerebras solved a software bottleneck through a change in geometry. When you eliminate the data commute, the resulting velocity directly alters research timelines. This chart compares performance on Humanities' Last Exam, a benchmark of 2,500 PhD-level questions. The Cerebras system finished in 11 hours and 11 minutes, while Claude Fable 5 required over 78 hours. That performance compresses 3 days of computing into a single working day. Calendar time is now a usable variable for researchers. Reasoning budgets that were once overnight jobs become iteration loops that finish before a developer has the chance to context switch. But accessing this speed comes with heavy constraints. This high-velocity tier is currently locked in a limited preview. There is no hardware to buy and no path to host this locally. Builders are entirely dependent on renting the service from Cerebras. Because wafer-scale parts are specialized and not standard commodity silicon, access is constrained by the manufacturer's fabrication schedule rather than market demand. The launch announcement also leaves out a critical variable, the cost structure. A speed record without a price tag is half a claim. Relying on an 11-time speed jump will likely mandate a steep premium that shifts a project's budget. We also have to audit the claim that this speed comes with no quality compromise by examining the benchmarking methodology. The headline exam run was measured by Cerebras itself, the company selling the hardware. The benchmark setup tested the Cerebras system against a rival model, using a different software harness on completely different days. The evidence for zero quality degradation rests on a single GDP-Val benchmark on a specific reasoning setting, published without a supporting accuracy table. Eliminating the hardware commute creates measurable velocity, invalidating the idea that tokens per second is a fixed attribute of any AI model. But until independent third parties can confirm the pricing and the accuracy, this speed remains locked behind a velvet rope.